This is Clayton Fuller. If that name and face is new to you, that's because he is Marjorie Taylor Greene's replacement. He's a JAG attorney and former prosecutor who just won the seat vacated by Marjorie Traitor Greene in Georgia's 14th District. And unlike MTG, he immediately hit the ground running and started taking on the systematic abuse of power by people who don't think the rules apply to them. Enter the utterly repulsive Ilhan Omar. In her 2024 financial disclosure, Ilhan Omar reported household assets of between an astonishing $6 million and $30 million. It's a staggering number for a congresswoman on a government salary. And the Office of Congressional Conduct thought the same thing. They sent a letter asking for clarification. Please account for how you made all these millions of dollars in a matter of a single year. So Omar filed an amended disclosure. And in that amended disclosure, I kid you not, that $6 to $30 million in assets vanished. And instead, she claimed only $18,000 to $95,000 in revenue. So in a blink of an eye, she went from reporting up to $30 million in assets to now, in this revised disclosure, reporting a maximum of $95,000. Now, that's obviously not a rounding error. That's not a typo. That's a $30 million discrepancy that appeared and disappeared based entirely on whether or not someone was paying attention. Her spokesperson's explanation, again, I kid you not, their official explanation is, quote, an accounting error made by her husband's business professionals. Her husband's a fellow by the name of Tim Minette, a Democrat political consultant who ran her campaigns and whom she married while he was still reportedly married to another woman, by the way. He had his business professionals file a disclosure that accidentally added $30 million to the family's net worth. That's the story they're going with. So now you may ask, where did the inflated numbers come from? What accounted for those millions of dollars? Well, as it turns out, they both go back to two businesses. The first is a winery called Estcru. It's spelled E-S-T-C-R-U. It's a Sonoma County winery that Minette co-founded with his business partner, Will Haler. And in her 2023 disclosure, Omar valued it at between $15,000 to $50,000. That was at $15,000 to $50,000. That's back in 2023. In 2024, in her disclosure, it had jumped to be between $1 million and $5 million. But there are serious problems with that. There's apparently no tasting room. There's no functioning website. And the most damning discrepancy of them all, there's actually no wine for sale. How can you account for a surge in wine sales when you ain't selling any wine? Turns out a California investor who gave money to this phantom winery subsequently sued Minette and Haler, alleging fraud. The lawsuit describes what is essentially a wine company that exists on paper and nowhere else. This ghost winery was supposedly worth $1 million. The second business is even more brazen. It's called Rose Lake Capital. It's a venture capital firm that Minette runs. Does he have any experience in running a venture capital firm, you may ask? And it turns out, no. He doesn't. In court documents from 2022, Rose Lake Capital had only $42 in its bank account. Again, you heard that right. $42.44 to be exact. By the time Omar filed her 2024 disclosure, miracle miracles, Rose Lake Capital was suddenly valued at between $5 million and $25 million. A venture capital firm run out of a WeWork virtual mailbox with no employees, no SEC filings, and $42 in the bank is suddenly valued at $25 million. And then when investigators started asking questions, both valuations collapsed back to near zero. Note, it wasn't one valuation supposed screw up, it was two, both in the millions.